And now, a moment with the KOTH.
Gamers out there, we all know an indisputable fact. Eventually, every game gets boring after a while. There are only so many times you can play the same game before you crave something new. But what are you going to do with the old one? The easy and common answer these days is go down to the local game shop and trade it in. Get a couple of bucks and use it towards buying something new. Granted, you get completely fucked on the trade-in value, but at least you're getting something back for your initial investment, and who gives a fuck? Now you've got a new game to keep your attention, and here's where the corporations get pissed at you. While GameStop is notorious for paying out pennies on the dollar for a game you bought and want to trade in, reselling games is nearly complete profit for them. You spend $65 on a game, get bored of it in a month or two, and then take it back. It still works, you still have all the original box and manuals, and they offer you $10 or less for it. Then they stick it on the shelf for $20 to $30 that afternoon. The game publisher didn't make any money in the second transaction of you reselling the game back to the store you bought it from, and they make at least 2 or 3 times back what they paid you for it. There really isn't a law that protects the publishers to stop you from reselling a game, but they are pissed they are getting fucked out of the potential money of the resale. To combat this, developers have added DRM, or digital rights management, to their games, sometimes requiring some sort of code included with the game that can only be entered once in order to unlock features of the game, or they require you to have a constant online connection in order to play the game so they can monitor that specific game and where it is being played at the time. Now id, famous for such games as Wolfenstein, Quake, and Doom, wants to put such a code in their upcoming game Rage. However, what this code unlocks is a portion of the single-player game experience. In the event you buy the game and then resell it, the next guy who buys your game has to pay for said game and then shell out between $10 and $20 to id for another copy of that code so that they will make money off the resale without having to take any seller to court. Your buddy, the king of the herp, thinks this is paramount to a scam. When you resell a car and someone buys it from a used car salesman, they don't have to pay the original manufacturer a fee in order to get the goddamn ignition key. Basically, it sounds like these game companies want to penalize the poor guy who wants to buy a second-hand game when he didn't want to spend $65 on something he wasn't sure he was even going to like. At $20, it sounds like a better deal. People have pissed away more money on a weekend in Vegas, so $20 for a weekend's worth of entertainment doesn't sound so bad. That is, until you try to play the game and you are hit with a prompt to spend another $20 to play the damn game at all. So now your $20 investment has just doubled for something you weren't even sure you wanted in the first place. And what about game rentals? GameFly, at least according to their commercials, is a popular service used by over 400,000 people. So what happens here? Are people who rent games expected to spend another $10 to $20 for a game they'll keep only for a few days or weeks? We all know what this is. Just a tool that developers are using to stop people from reselling games. Nobody's going to want to have to pay twice to play a used game, and at $65 a game currently, more and more games are going to be warehoused because people don't want to risk that kind of money on something that could potentially suck. Corporate greed ends up winning you a handful of nothing in the end, dumbasses.
And that was a moment with the KOTH.